Yeah, I'm Vijay Devnath. I am the Group General Manager of Infrastructure and Security and the designated CISO of CRIS, that is the IT arm of railways. Our first priority has to be the business, because we are there because the business is there. And we are in a commercial business. So as long as the business runs and earns money, we also get paid, and we can pay our vendors, etc. In that respect, if I say that my first priority will be to ensure cyber resilience, will be to protect the customer's data, or I will say the business data. And how do I prevent the business data being damaged? Is that I have to prioritize the categories of data into most critical data, then not so critical data, and the archival data. So data categorization is of utmost priority, which I have to get it done through all the groups which are maintaining the data or maintaining the applications. Once I have prioritized the data categories, I have to go and build up a backup regime which is safe from both online threats as well as offline threats, which is we call it offsite backups, then frequency of backups, and the technology used in the backup. And now we have to add the ransomware protection as well. We call it immutable storage, a technical term, by which all the backups are checked for any ransomware encryptions or bad encryptions, etc. And we have to also put our own genuine encryption onto the data, so that in case this data goes to some other hands, then it should not be available without the protection. And if we are going beyond this backup into the realm of disaster recovery, etc., there also we have to use the correct architecture and correct tools. I will not name the tools here, but the architecture is very important. Apart from being in another location, another city, etc., you have to build the architecture in such a way that your network costs of data replication and the cost of falling over to the disaster recovery site are not so high that you are unable to maintain them. Because most of the time the DR site are considered to be a cost center only, because they are mostly idle. There I can give a tip to the other people who understand this business, is that you can direct your reporting load onto the DR site, so that some of your load on the primary side is shifted to DR site with appropriate policies and all. And you are also continuously checking your DR site for readiness, instead of keeping it cold and then suddenly when you need it, some part of it is not working, etc., etc. So data, critical data, categorization, backing up, then disaster recovery. In that sequence you have to prioritize, and depending upon the funds and resources available, you can go on this journey of protecting your data and resilience as well. See, the vulnerabilities exist in every system, and once we have detected them through whatever means, we have to prioritize according to the criticality of the data. Criticality of the data, which is serving the business. Second thing is, in case that vulnerability converts into a threat and actually an incident happens on that vulnerability, how much impact is going to happen. So very high scored vulnerability, but on my system on which this is appearing, it happens to be serving a very low priority customer where the impact is not going to be so much like system which is just keeping a record keeping kind of system. But if the similar vulnerability comes onto the ticketing application or my train running application, then I will have to fix it or I have to attend to it at the topmost priority, because that business, that data is most critical to me. So vulnerability prioritization happens based on my business criticality and business impact. There is no third or no other way how you can prioritize, because vulnerability of a operating system, database or any system software in the stack is the OEM issues it as per his or her priorities. But I have to prioritize it depending upon my impact, my risk, my business. Yeah, this is a good initiative running for many years now. I have been attending it at least last few years in various places. Apart from the venue, I mean this property and all is one of the best ones, but even the other venues were good, and the number of technology OEMs, the SIs who attend this is really a eye opener, and we get to learn a lot of new things in these such events. And this particularly because it's a very concentrated whole day thing, so we get to interact a lot, networking with the vendors, OEMs. The only issue with which we face is it is a very compressed schedule. Whether to attend to the main event, how to interact with the exhibitors, then network with our peers, learn about their problems and their solutions. So this takes time. So the time given, and to also enjoy the location, property, the city and all that. So कम पड़ जाता है, time कम पड़ जाता है. तो otherwise it's a very nice format, improving year by year, and I will say keep it up.